pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop.
And
we're back
with our Purple Pants podcast moments. We're here covering The Amazing Race, season 38, episode 7. And I am so excited for this week's episode because it was a great episode. But I am finally excited to tag team my co-host. I feel like the gays can get Brooke together, and there is going to be a special episode. But welcome to back to the podcast, my amazing, my talented. She doesn't have old wood floors; she has new wood floors. Welcome back to the podcast, the one half of the winning team of Amazing Race, season 20, not 7, not 28. And not 30, but season 29.
Brooke, hello. I'm very excited for this because I'm surprised we haven't done this before, but I bring with me today the other half of the winning team from season 29 of The Amazing Race, your partner and mine, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Scott Flanary. Welcome. I'm so excited.
Oh, I finally made it on the PPP.
Yeah. We are so excited to have you, and we have a lot to cover, but I feel like we just have to get down to the nitty-gritty. Scott, I need for you. Yes.
Oh God, don't please.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Please don't do this.
We are, because Scott is the one. Scott, Brooke and I have this ongoing argument. I'm right, she's wrong, but I mean,
so don't tell her that.
We know. Now, Scott, can you give me your definition of what a elimination is?
Oh, a elimination. Yeah.
Yes.
A elimination is when Phil goes out onto the course and eliminates someone for being super slow. And they can't even get to the end.
Yes.
Correct.
Now,
correct.
There's a part 2 to that, Scott.
Okay.
In your terms,
no,
if girl, I'm talking to Scott.
Oh.
Okay.
Talking to Scott.
She does this all the time. She uses that lawyer lingo, interjects, objection. So yes, I agree with your
up on for the entirety of this podcast.
Yes, and I'm here for it. But Scott, so that definition is correct. Now,
okay,
if a team quits, is it still a elimination?
If a team is in last place and they say,
"Girl,
we
here she
give up."
goes.
No, I just want him to understand what you're saying. Not
okay, here she goes. See what I mean?
He's not saying if a team is in first and they say we're right. He wants to know if, like, in a situation like Marshall and Lance, where they're in last place and they're like, we can't do this anymore, so we quit. We don't want to play anymore. We're done here. Yeah. And then Phil comes out to the race course and says, okay, you're done here. He wants to know if that's a elimination or not.
Oh man, this is an asterisk moment. Because, okay, I think technically that is a elimination.
Thank you.
But
you're allowed to stay. Don't but. That's the end. You're good. Just stop.
Go ahead, Scott.
That is my entire answer.
Woo!
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I want to see Brice's face. But if you quit, just lay that torch down and we shouldn't even go to tribal council. It doesn't count.
It's the wrong show, baby.
No, I know, but that's my analogy. It's like Phil has to go out there because logistically we have to have like a little bow on the episode, but like you don't deserve that.
But you still get it, but you don't deserve it. Agree. You don't deserve it, but you still get it. Right. Okay, great. Let's move on. Yep. The end. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Scott.
Look at me. I was Switzerland.
Yeah.
That's good.
The best part about this is that Brice and I both feel vindicated, like we got it right. That's how good Scott is at like playing that middle. That was fantastic.
You.
That was great.
See what color cup I brought, Brooke? Just for you.
Green?
Green. That was the color you loved when we raced.
I do love green. It is my favorite color.
There you go.
But I would say if we are the only season, Brice, fun fact, that did not have team colors because we were all strangers at the
mixed.
start line.
Yes.
But it turns out that both Scotty here and I brought orange clothes, so we dubbed ourselves Team Orange, even though there was no actual color.
Okay.
Now you know. Now you know.
I'm here for it. And what are your thoughts, Scott, of like this Big Brother Amazing Race?
Yeah, I was asked this a couple weeks ago, and I was a little bit more Pollyanna about it. But y'all, I don't like it when they cross-pollinate. I don't. I mean, like onesie, twosies teams, that's cute and fine, but like a whole season of Big Brother people, I'll give it to you straight. Like I used to be a huge Big Brother fan, love the show. I get the appeal of the show. I think it's great. But then when I see like a whole season of people, I've only probably seen 2 or 3 of these because I quit watching 3 or 4 years ago. So to me, these are all strangers, or most of them are. But they're all talking in Big Brother terms. So it's a little, like, there's a little disjointedness going on. I'm like, I don't know what your beef is. Like, who cares if they voted you out of the house? That's a whole different show. So it's an interesting watch for me. I can't say it's one of my top seasons. I'll be very honest.
Okay.
Can I give a little behind the
says,
scenes also? Sorry, what does
okay.
Brooke always say?
Brooke always says any amazing race is better than no amazing race.
That is true.
Yes, that is true.
That is true.
But I will say, so one more behind the scenes thing. When Scott and I were in finals for casting for The Amazing Race, they take you like the final, I don't know, like how many make it?
You were at that hotel. So you were at that same hotel, right? Do you know what is so crazy? Because I didn't go through my Survivor final week because I was kind of sort of special. What is crazy now that I think about it, I actually, like, we were at the hotel at the same time.
Wait,
we were?
Yeah, I was there during The Amazing Race, like during your season while they were like casting. I was there. They flew me out. I thought about this the other day, Brooke. And what is so crazy is that, now, mind you, I might be making this up, but when you guys did that, like, do you remember the room when you went into where it was like the hotel, it was like a hotel suite, and you sat there and you talked to Lynn and Jesse?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we didn't then you weren't there with us.
Yeah, Jesse.
Lynn, we were the first season Lynn did not.
No, so I'm sorry, Jesse, Lynn was there, but it was like a hotel suite, right? It was like this big suite, and you like sat and talked to Lynn in this hotel, right? I was there.
Jesse, yeah.
That's wait. I want to know what makes you special where you didn't have a finals week, or is that too off the topic right here? Oh, go ahead and flip that hair, but I want to know.
They saw the doll. They saw it, you know.
Okay.
So, but they had
knew
my
what they
season
had,
complete,
and they didn't need to say anymore.
And I was a last minute addition. They wanted like something a little more spicy, and so it was a weird time. But I remember them telling me like, we're casting for Amazing Race, and I remember like in my peak hole, like watching all of the people. And when I went into the casting room for my little time, I saw like Floyd.
Oh,
so yes, like this is
Floyd.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I thought about this the other night. And I forgot to call you to tell you that. But anyway, okay, sorry. Go back to your thing.
That's actually bananas insane, because the funny thing is, this is actually but you were Brains and Brawn and Beauty, right? That was your season of Survivor.
Well, he was all 3 of those. So which tribe?
Yes, obviously. So, but the season before yours, was that Heroes and Hustlers?
I think that was after.
Okay. Well, no, we'll figure out the timing of it all, because I'm surprised they didn't say to you, do you want to be on The Amazing Race? Because it was all single people. So in theory,
we had a Survivor reject show up to finals. No offense to the term reject, but they said it. We overheard them. You and I heard this, Brooke. We talked about it. I forgot who it was. I think they actually didn't make our cast, but it was like a Survivor. They got no for Survivor.
And an Amazing Race reject, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah. They put them in race. But then
they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is great. We could do a whole behind the scenes for days on this. God, I will tell you that people have been asking us to rewatch season 29 and do like a rewatch. And I really do think if we do that, we're gonna. I
would 100% do it if you want me to.
I have to see if my PTSD will like allow it. Because we'll watch the thing and I'll be like, no, but here's what really happened. Wait, but here's what they didn't show. That's what I'm going to do the entire time. And I don't know that people want to hear that or see that. Right below if you want to hear that or see that. Okay.
They want to see it and want to hear it, and I want to rewatch it.
I say we do it.
Right before our finale in 2017, I was in California with Scott, and we rewatched the entirety of the season like the day before the finale. We binged our faces off. It was so fun.
You know, it's kind of fun to watch it. Brice, do you watch some of your old episodes too?
Girl, I only got 3, but I've seen them in passing. Yes, I've seen them in passing.
And then that season went after that.
Now, Brooke, I don't want to let you off the hook. Look at me like I'm a host of this show.
Yeah,
you
you
said
are.
you want to give some behind the scenes, and I didn't hear it. So what's the behind the scenes?
Oh, okay. So you were saying you were a fan of Big Brother. So Scott and I were in the same finals casting, and they take the top, I don't know, there's 22 people who make the show. I don't know, maybe the top 20 people
Probably like
of that
30.
week's casting. Okay.
Yeah.
Get to go on to the CBS lot, and then you go in and you meet with Phil and Elise, and Bertram is there, and some other executives are there. But the Big Brother house is also right there. And I just remember I actually sat next to Scott on the bus to go in there. And I remember him being like, do you think they're going to let us go into the Big Brother house? Oh my God, I love Big Brother. And he was just so into Big Brother. And then Scott was the person before me who got interviewed. He was the one right before me with all of the executives, and he walks out, and we sort of knew we wanted to be paired together. We sort of bonded that week as much as you can. And I walk in, and they go, that last guy said he wants to be your partner. I go, great, we're done here. And I went to walk out, and they're like, you can't leave. And I was like, but okay. And it worked out.
Yeah. Is this, bro? I don't know if Brice knows this, but it might be worth talking about. I was an alternate for Big Brother one year.
Oh.
Season 12, no big deal. That was Rachel Riley's first season. And I have a theory that I didn't get on the
one
show.
One redhead at a time.
Well, one redhead at a time. But Rachel and I were friends in high school. How do you like
I
that?
went to high school.
Wow.
Yeah, we were friends in high school. And I think they
Love
went,
Rachel
when they
Riley.
do the background checks, they probably were like, oh, these two might know each other. And she's definitely better TV. Let's look at the receipts. So.
Well,
take her. That's fine.
I mean, you're
Save
one
me
for
some
one,
later.
kid.
okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I know. That's why I'm not going on all winners. I'm doing one and done.
Now that's
Sorry,
a lie,
what
Scott.
now?
If they were to call
That's
you,
a lie. We've had this
Yeah, 'cause-
conversation many times.
okay, 'cause
Don't you flip and dare, sir. Cut
every
that out. That's
podcast
not
we
true.
do,
Scott and I talk
Scott-
a bunch, and he's like, wait, I'd be really good at this cast. Or wait, you should do this one when we go on all winners. Don't act like you're not going back. You'll be back in
Right.
the heart. He's already packed, pan down. He's got a backpack there next to him, no doubt in my mind.
It's ready. It's my go bag, just in case.
Hello. Listen, every podcast we have a winner on. Brooke's like, and so if we were ever working together, you know me, I'm like, Brooke. She's like,
But
well,
now
now
this one, I know I'm working together with him.
You know, that's how all these survivors do it, right? I am further removed than you two. You two are closer to the ecosystem, but I just know people talk before they go back on. So it's not like I feel like we're doing what everyone does, but we're just public about it.
Yeah, Brooke's just public about it on a podcast, and like she's like, hey, you like we have this on tape. You're committed. I'm like,
And for the record,
Go.
Scott had said to me, he's like, you keep doing that. You build our alliances
I do.
before we get there.
See,
So
Scott,
What?
I love it. Listen,
Thank
no,
you. I'm the I'm gonna sit back here. I'm gonna let Brooke have the reins.
just like
right
on
now.
the show,
She's
I
got
did
it
all the
going.
work, and Scott sat back and did. I'm just kidding. That's a
Yeah,
joke.
just like we did the first time through.
Yeah, right.
yes.
We're only bringing one backpack this time. We're the only season.
That's
where
true,
you couldn't-
though. We
You
have
couldn't have
planned that.
brought one
Well-
because you didn't know each other. So
Yeah.
Y'all need to bring a rolly. Y'all need to bring a rolly book bag.
Why? So we can be laughed at? A rolling book bag, too.
Yes.
Just to make sure everyone
Calls
heard
it a
what Brice
book
said.
bag.
Not
He
a
calls
rolling
them book
bag.
bags. No,
Oh,
A rolling book
wow.
bag.
oh my God.
It's small.
We could do this for days. I honestly think
We-
that maybe we should watch 29 and have Scott back a bunch. This would be so fun.
Yes,
This is fun to kiki with you all.
that's what we do. But no, that actually we
We
should
have
do it.
so
as a
many behind
trio.
that. We should
Okay.
actually do like a whole behind the scenes thing because we have so many behind the scenes stories that I've
Sounds
actually
like we have
never
our
told
summer rewatch
on this
Thank you, Brooke.
podcast. Like there's a lot of behind the scenes.
Oh, are
stuff
you
that's
committing
never
to our
even
summer
said.
rewatch right now, Brooke?
I'm not committing to it. That's for sure.
Oh.
I have, yeah. That's like as lukewarm
You mean that
as I
if you're
can
not
get.
filming, you'll do it?
Oh, I mean, it was Scott and I are here. How's that? Okay. Should we talk about this? There's siren. I don't know, but there's a lot of things that keep popping up. I don't know where you got them, but they're funny. Okay.
Put them out of my bag of tricks for Scott.
Thank you, Brice. I feel so
Yes.
appreciated.
Always. We love to see, we're so happy to have you, King. But Brooke, what you got for us this episode?
I don't know. Well, let's keep doing. Okay, fine. Amazing Race season 38, episode 7, whatever. Feel free to interrupt me with other behind the scenes stuff from our lives, Scott. That's cool.
Cool.
Okay. So we're in Europe, surprise, surprise. And they're going from Croatia to Bucharest to Romania. And the last time I remember them being in Romania was like many, many years ago. They did this really fun task about like Transylvania and carrying coffins.
Mhm.
Victor and Tammy and Victor's season, they had to do that. I remember them dealing with vampires and stuff. Anyway, Eric and Tucker, as per usual, are leaving first at 11:55 at night, and we find out that teams have to go to a travel agency. I even have a good behind-the-scenes travel agency story with me and Scott. Maybe we should do this. Every time I say something, I remember something that happened with us. I have 2 travel agency stories with
The hat throwing episode that I did, that story.
Oh, the hat throwing one was so good. That's such a good story. Oh my
Mhm.
god!
Whoa.
And they didn't
Oh,
show
yeah, they
it
didn't make
because
the show.
Scott lost his. No, because when Scott loses his cool, that doesn't make the show. But when Brooke,
That's
It was my
Oh.
one time I like lost it and they didn't show it, which I appreciate.
So
one,
So you lost it and you lost your hat.
He
What I'm going to tell this
threw
story
his
during
hat.
the summer recap, just
Okay,
so you
okay.
know what's coming. But just so you know, in frustration at
Such a
a
good
travel
story.
agency,
It's
I ripped my
Oh.
hat off like a very dramatic person and physically threw it across the room. And all the cameras turned to me, and I was like, "Fuck, this is gonna be." Sorry, dang it,
You
this is
can-
gonna be on
it's fine.
TV. Okay,
Dang it!
Yeah.
He G-rated
and then it
himself
wasn't.
to
Thank
it.
goodness.
Dang it! No,
Just imagine
because-
like 8 cameras turning to you after you've done something. You know you're being dramatic.
God,
It
it was
was
so
like-
good. It was so good. What the explosion, right? So anyway, yeah, and then do you remember what I did to you after? Oh my god. Okay, so whatever. We didn't take a certain flight. I won't give all the details so you could tell it. And then after that, he was so upset we didn't take the certain flight that I made up that flight got super delayed. I was like, it's a good thing we didn't take it. It was really delayed. I don't know if it was really delayed. I
It
just wanted
wasn't.
to
I
make him
looked it
feel
up for
better.
real.
I looked. Okay.
So my partner's lying to me is what we're all revealing right
not
now.
know. It's
Mm.
way after the fact. I was trying to keep you happy. I wanted to make you happy. Okay. Anyway, teams have to go to a travel agency. And yeah. Okay. So anyway, teams go to travel agency. Jag and Jazz leave second. Jag says the Trainwreck Alliance is still in full force. I say not for long. Let's see what happens at the travel agency. Taylor and Kylan are in third. Natalie and Stephanie are fourth. Joseph and Adam are fifth. Remember, Natalie and Stephanie fourth. Joseph and Adam fifth. And then we get to the travel agency. There is one flight that lands at like 3 something in the afternoon, and the next flight is 5 hours later. So Tucker and Eric, Jag and Jazz, Taylor and Kylan, all on the first flight.
Right.
Then, and I rewatched this because this really bugged me. Joseph walks into the travel agency, then Natalie, then Stephanie, then Adam walks in last. And Joseph and Adam hand their passports to the guy and say, we need a flight. Can we all do this together? And the guy's like, there's not 4 seats on the flight.
And then they're like, oh, well, we should let the ladies go first. And Adam had his passports over there. And although it was icky and like, I'm not mad because, like Stephanie said last episode, you're a team, but the way I would have been sliding my passport and my number to that man saying, here you go.
I would have ripped Joseph's passport out of that guy's hand and said, we were here. There is no world in which Scott and I are not on decibel, like the highest decibel, being like, absolutely, we're like Reese's monkeys. We would have been nuts being like, you're absolutely not. We walked in before you. To put that down, we are first. No chance. Stephanie and Natalie are so nice, and maybe they did it, but they didn't show it, but I doubt it because they would show it. How did they just go? It seemed like they were just like, all right, but you guys owe us.
The travel agent guy, he was pissed. He was like, you
was
not gonna
great.
let the ladies, the
Mhm.
ladies. But I do empathize with Natalie and Stephanie, but again, I'm kind of with Adam and Joseph. This is Amazing Race.
Oh, well, yeah.
Anything
Scott and
like-
I would also have done that.
Right.
Like, let's
Yeah.
get real.
I remember there was a season earlier ago. Forgive me for forgetting, but it was a pair of guys and a pair of ladies, and they were at the final bit, and the guys let them run in front of them, and they actually checked in first, and the guys were eliminated. And I actually said this in my interview in finals. I said I would never do that. I am like a feminist. I'm pro. I want a double female team to win. But let me tell you, when it comes down to the real stuff of this game, I'm gonna get in front of those ladies.
Absolutely.
Hard because as a viewer, I'm like, what a rude group of guys. But then if I were them, I guess here I am showing
And
race colors. I'm like, I would do it.
And
Well,
my
yeah.
thing is like they just sat. First of all, I am the king of awkwardness, right? Like I can sit in awkwardness. The way like my only gripe with Natalie and Stephanie was like they just stood there.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
way I would have forced my passport because it almost was like, well, Adam was like, well, he got my passport. I'm not taking
Oh,
it
but
back.
like,
I'm
okay,
not
now you
mad
have
at
both
that.
of ours.
That
Mhm.
right. That like I was like, where is the action? And this is like what I've been
Mhm.
waiting for. I've been loving the train wreck alliance, but I've been waiting for the moment that like the train crashes, or it's
Well, here
like
it is.
you can and
Yeah.
and it was isn't that fatal? It was a fatal move.
On top of
It was.
that, if the guys are like, yeah, well, Natalie's like, you owe us, and they're like, okay. I can think of 3 other times this episode where I, as Natalie and Stephanie, have been like, okay, so remember when you owe us? Let us jump first. Remember when you owe us? Make this brick. Remember when you owe us? We do like we would not have stopped. There were ways, and honestly, just guilt them into it. Be like, good point. Good. I mean, I thought if we're Joseph and Adam, we're not giving up any of that, but still. They backed down way too fast. I don't know.
I just feel like I love the alliances in the beginning and like they have to depart. I feel like if I were on Amazing Race and I were working with teams, I would say, hey, we're going to work together until we don't. And there has to be a moment when we don't. And whenever that moment happens, like we have to agree that it's going to be okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and this was that moment where it was like, okay, alliance is over because it's like, we can't get to the end together. It's going to happen. And so that's why I put my passport right up there. That was, it was so awkward and hard to watch because it's like, I love Natalie and Stephanie, but I also was like, yes, Adam, don't move that passport. Keep that passport right there. and not the guy being no gentleman. You're not a gentleman. I was like, oh,
you're like, no, I'm not. No, we're not. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you never. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, it ended up really mattering because they ended up, the second flight had Natalie and Stephanie, Chelsea and Jack and Izzy and Paige, who, by the way, are just so cute in the back of the pack. They're staying positive. They're keeping each other centered. Like the whole thing. And they cannot wait. They are convinced they're going to see Jag and Jazz. And they're just happy to like let them stew in their feelings when they see them. So, okay, it didn't really matter. I noted that I love the travel agency guy because when Izzy and Paige get there, he's like, you guys are last, but I put you at the front of the plane. And Paige is like, you said that to everybody. And he's like, no, I didn't. And that's great. There was something that happened when the first flight lands that I think is genius. So you see Tucker and Eric get off and they get in a cab, and you see Jag and Jazz get in a cab, and you see Taylor and Kylan run, and they run to the front of the taxi line, which I think is so smart. Brice is choking. What, are you choking on your own tongue? What's going on? Are you okay?
I am. I'm choking, agreeing, because I wrote that note down because I was like, yeah, Adam and Joseph got into a cab first, but it's 4 cabs in front of that cab.
Right. So they ran to that one, so you'd have to wait for other cabs to pull out to get there. Also, do you think, and I would love to ask somebody who was on this season, do you think that the 4 teams that didn't make the first flight went to the airport and tried to get on standby? Because that's the first thing that we would do. Like, did anybody not show up for this flight? Like, let us on. So I don't know.
Well, we should, maybe this is episode 7, right, Brooke?
Yeah.
So maybe we should do a
checkpoint.
Oh, yes, we absolutely should do a checkpoint. And you know what? We have a checkpoint coming out on this Sunday. So check in to see who our checkpoint is, and maybe we will
You're not going to say who it is? Okay. You're not even going to say who it is. Okay. Surprise. You're going to like them. That's fine. Everyone's going to be happy. They're a great team. They're fun to talk to. We got so much behind the scenes information. So much. Like, this was supposed to go for like 30 minutes. It went for like 70 minutes. It was long and it was great. And you will learn things there that you will not hear anywhere else. So tune in on Sunday. Okay.
Long and great. You got me.
Okay, so everybody after they land makes their way to this airfield. There's an adorable puppy at the airfield. I want to play with it. And we see that it's going to be skydiving. Now, I would normally ask both of you if you were on the race, would you do the skydiving? But if anyone has seen my season, The Amazing Race, they are very well aware that my partner is terrified. When I say terrified of heights, I mean like curse the day I was born because he had to do a height challenge.
Which means I would do it.
He ended up doing all of them. Like it just did not work out well for Scott when it came to. But I've been skydiving. I don't mind heights, but Scott is not. But he did great. He did them all. And by the last one, he said he was. By the last one, he had to go bungee jumping off of
That's
the
the
bridge.
worst.
Oh my God, I was so jealous. I wanted to do it so badly. What does he say as soon as it's over and he gets back up? Oh, that's fun. Let's do it again.
That is called adrenaline pumping through your veins.
Okay.
Like I had never felt before at that level. It was like I was so high on chemicals in my body that I honestly wanted to bungee jump again, which tells you how wild that drug in your body can be.
Basically, I cured him of his fear of heights. That's what I'm hearing.
It's back. So
it's back. That's fine. Next time around, I got it. I'm into it. Let me do them. I'm amped to do them. Okay, so everyone gets to this airfield. We learned that Joseph has to do the roadblock, which is jumping out of an airplane, because Adam can't do it for medical reasons. Tucker, Taylor, Jazz are the four from the front of the pack that do the roadblock. And before the roadblock happens, everyone is staying the night on this airfield in like these shipping containers. Like, this is not like you're sleeping in a shipping container in bunk beds. Okay.
I loved how Jag and Jazz were like, yes, it's back to college. Like they were so excited. And Joseph and Adam were like, this is us 2 years ago where you said bunk beds.
Oh my God. Who was the team? Was it Greg and John who like were still like in the same room at their parents' house and were like, you guys need to win so that you can like get your own beds? I don't know. Very funny. Okay, so and then we have the moment that I think everybody else are waiting for, because the last three teams show up: Natalie and Stephanie, Chelsea and Jack. Okay, I don't know who bought you this, but it's amazing. And Izzy and Paige show up. First, before they get there, Izzy does not want to skydive. She is Scott level scared of skydiving. And Paige is like, okay, if it's a roadblock, I'll do it. But just fun fact, if I do this, in our wedding vows, you're saying that I get everything I want for the rest of my life. And Izzy's like, sure, no problem. That's great by me. So they show up, and my favorite moment of the episode is Jack basically barges into the shipping crate and is like, hey kids, we're here, turns on the lights and wakes everybody up. And we see Izzy and Paige and Jag and Jazz have their moment. But I knew Izzy and Paige weren't gonna like stoop. They just wanted Jag and Jazz to see they were there,
just see them,
to know that they made it, and to like maybe poop their pants the tiniest little bit. And I loved it.
I actually was a little disappointed, only in the sense when they bust into the room, only person that had their shirt off was Jag. I'm like, Joseph.
No, Tucker.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tucker
missed it.
Tucker did have his shirt off, but Tucker.
I actually made a note being
Joseph.
like, oh, all right. Okay. So not a Hunter Tucker fan. Got it.
Hunter had his shirt off too, but we ain't see him.
There's no
Brice, I love that you're looking for the same things I was.
Yes.
Okay, so behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes, I was there. No, I was logistically. I don't know if you all watch shows like this since we've been on one. Sometimes I think about the logistics or the why something is happening rather than what we're watching. So in this example, why did they let the teams out super early, like hours before flights, and then schedule a flight? Or they didn't schedule the flights, but the only flights available got them in at a weird time where they had to sleep in these containers. It was just, it's a weird timing situation. And I'm like, did they plan all of this out specifically for this confrontation?
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
I think they did. Yeah,
I think they did. But I also think we got some behind the scenes tea on our checkpoint that is coming out tomorrow.
Oh, look at me leading in, not knowing.
Izyah YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure you have your notifications on and you can check for the checkpoint, because I feel like we kind of somewhat get an answer to that. Correct, Brooke?
We do. We get answers to a lot of what happened during that downtime, and it's good stuff. So I'm excited for everyone to see that. Scott,
I'm tuning in.
I'll tell you. Okay, great. Even better. Okay, so I think Joseph and Adam should have given Natalie and Stephanie their jump spot. No, I don't, but I do. I don't, but I do, but I don't.
Because I was wondering that. I didn't think that Joseph and Adam would give it to them, but I was fully expecting Stephanie to maybe be like, so you want to switch spots?
I love
Like,
Stephanie.
and
Man,
I know, and I love
oh,
them too, but I almost feel like, oh, like I love the alliance and we're working together, but like sometimes you gotta ask those questions. Closed mouths don't get fed. And I like, and especially when everyone is right there, like that, like that
remember
public
when you stole our
pressure.
spot on that flight? How about
Yes.
you? Right, exactly.
I would have been curious to see how that would have like. I mean, it wouldn't have worked on me.
If
Like,
someone asked that of Scott, Scott would be like, "What? Sorry, phone call," and would have walked away. And that would have been
Absolutely.
the right answer. Yes.
But like, I don't know. This would have been the moment I asked for the favor because we're all
Of course you
equal
would have
right now.
asked. But if
Well,
you
no,
were
I
the
would have asked
Joseph
for
and Adam,
something after the flight, like when there's more at stake, like the building of
oh,
things. There's more to come. So I'm
that's
like, now the
true.
flight, you're
Yeah,
the
they're not
jumping.
going to give up that. You're right. They're not going to give up that. But maybe there
Yeah.
is something later.
Yeah.
What was I was gonna? Oh, so Scott behind the scenes. Every time there was like a handsome something, he would be like, it was hilarious. I'm like, Scott, we have to go. Like, I finally did. I actually thought I shouldn't say all of it, but we have 1.5 million stories,
That's
so I
okay.
can
What?
tell a little.
What are we
And
saying?
whatever. We were in Italy, and I had to climb this rock face. And yes, the guy there, he was a handsome man. But the thing is, the only thing standing between me and certain death was Scott. Like, there wasn't actually somebody off camera holding it behind Scott. So he had to like belay me, like hold the ropes as I climbed. And I'm like, this is gonna be fine. Except no, there was no backup system. It was Scott or death. And so he's talking to the Italian guy, and I'm like, can you pay attention? I'm losing my
listen,
mind. I had to go up like 60 feet in the air, and I'm like, you can hear me scream, being like, what are you doing? And he's like, I got you, no problem. And I'm like, but do you? Because if this guy's like, give me your number, Scott will reach into his pocket for a pencil and paper, and then I die. So I'm just
and
saying,
he would
as
have
soon
a
as I
date,
think
and he would have a
to my
date to your
funeral.
wake. Okay,
That's right.
yes,
That's right. And I love how
And
that's the
isn't
first
that what's
story we
really
have.
important?
Because when we do the recap, you're going to find out I got a flight attendant's phone number. There's a guy in Vietnam who followed us to the travel
Both of us.
agency, and I got his phone number. Oh yeah, I have boyfriends all around the world. I would. Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, have either of you skydived? I know the answer is no. Brice, you haven't, right?
Yeah,
I
Brice,
haven't skydived. I've done indoor skydiving before, but I haven't actually skydived.
Indoor skydiving is fun, but it takes away 100% of the fear. Like the cool part of the skydive is like, I'll be very honest. I skydived and I was like, you're going to have to jump out of the plane because I was scared. But like once you're out, like there's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well enjoy it as it's happening. But I do think Paige is right. It does feel a little bit like falling. It's like silence because the world,
Well,
but you do kind
You
of
are
feel
falling.
well, sure, but like a lot of people will say it feels like you're floating because just of like the way that it is. But no, it does kind of feel like you're
Not the
falling.
way
So I
my
hear where
hips
you're coming from.
and my behind is set up. I'm falling. Okay, I'm not. Okay. Okay.
Where's my ding?
Okay.
He's a bell. We gotta send the man a bell. Jazz actually skydives through a cloud, which seems really freaking cool. Anyway, the guys get down to the bottom, and Taylor, she's on the first plane, and they have to make their way on foot to a sheep farm across the street that everyone has apparently seen from above to get their next clue. Now, I love this. Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask you two a question? Because we see in this episode, they had to take orders. I believe Hunter, Eric, and Tucker got 1. Jag and Jazz got 2. Kylan and Taylor got 3. But we see when Taylor jumps out of the plane, she lands first. In a situation like this, even if you are 3, if you get down first, can you leave?
Of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Although I know as a viewer, you're like, oh my God, there's so much time. And then like behind the scenes, it's okay, you land and then you have to undress out of the thing. There's probably like a thing you had to set. There's like a lot going on before you jump in your car and keep going. And so I feel like all that logistical stuff kind of equalizes people before they keep going. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
But yeah, I mean, you saw like there have definitely been tasks where like if you're heavier, your whatever will move faster, or if you're like if you're on like a sled or something, they've done like luging tasks and whatnot, where like the heavier people have it because if you're going downhill, gravity, like a luge.
I thought you was trying to be funny, girl. I thought you said a lubing task. I was like, I know Scott did that one.
What test? What did you say? What did he say?
I thought you said a lubing task.
Oh my dear Lord.
Sorry.
I'm
just gonna cut up with Scott. Sorry, Mama Camhi. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. The boys are
luge,
cracking up.
like ice luge, like downhill, like whatever. On to the next. Anyway, the sheep. Okay, so all the sheep. This is actually a thing. I don't know if you guys know this. So I was in Ireland earlier this year, and sheep actually do get spray painted, and they're spray painted so that if your sheep leaves your farm and goes onto like a neighbor's property, they know it's your sheep. So sheep actually do get, and every farm has a different color paint. So sheep are painted in real life in the wild so that if they wander off, people know whose sheep it is.
How do they decide what if me and Scott both want the blue sheep?
Great question. Who had the farm first? You get to choose your sheep. And then some sheep get multiple colors. And you'll get like, if it's red on top and then blue, you'll know it's one person's sheep versus another. I know I asked these questions. We went to a sheep farm.
Girl.
What? I like to learn things.
Why would you be asking those questions?
Because we went to this like demonstration of the sheepdog. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. This man has this sheepdog, and just very quietly, he gives the commands, and the dog can hear from like very far away. And they herd the sheep around the property, and then we got to hold the sheep and feed the sheep and feed the whatever. Like, it was very cool and fun. It was very cool. I have videos of it. I'll send them to you. But the guy's very slowly, like, he's like, turn 10. And the dog will just, I don't know how the dog hears him. There's no apparatus on the dog, but it's something about the echo, and the dog just moves these sheep. It's really incredible. Anyway, his sheep were painted with blue as well. Fun fact, Irish blue sheep. Okay. I wanted there to be 100 sheep. I wanted there to be 100 sheep, though, not 15 sheep. I wanted a lot of sheep so that you couldn't put them all in one pen and just get the ones you didn't want out. Although Izzy and Paige were the only ones to do that, and that was the smart way to do this task.
But some of them sheep was jumping. Okay, like that. That
was so cute.
That was hilarious. I would have been so frustrated. Like, we had you in there, and that sheep was like, I'm going back that way with my friends. Which is why get all the sheep in and then let the friends out. Just saying.
Interesting. Okay.
And just hope your sheep doesn't have springs in their feet and jump over the fence away from you.
Yo, I was thinking about this, and maybe I should wait until the next task, but I'll do it now. Where I felt like this episode was just a rehash of challenges we've seen before.
You know, fair, because there are things we've seen before.
It's
yes, sheep herding,
all but the
brick
mask
making, the mask.
But you still made a mask.
We made a mask on our season of the Amazing
Yeah, but
Race.
skydiving, brick making, and sheep herding is like
all
consistent race stuff. And so I'm a little, it almost is like, oh, this country or this leg was like added in super quickly as maybe a backup leg, maybe. Like,
you don't like the nostalgia of it?
Or that, but I feel like they would have said something like it's a what are they called?
Or,
like a classic,
switchback.
Switchback. I'm surprised they didn't just say it's a switchback for all of these, because that
they
would have
had to say for everything, like it's a whole leg of switchbacks or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's just
Eric
I just want to point that out. Yeah.
Eric and Tucker get it first. Joseph and Adam get it second. Taylor and Kylan, whose sheep jumps over the fence that we just talked about, are there, and then Jack and Jazz get it very quickly in fourth. I was worried for Chelsea because Chelsea starts yelling at the sheep. But she's also naming the sheep, and she's like, "You can't come to my party." I thought she was very funny, but I feel like animals in general, which is why I thought Kylan would be very good at this, are drawn to like calm energy. And Chelsea was like, "You," and I thought she was hilarious. But when she started naming the sheep and kicking sheep out of her cookout, I thought that was very, very funny. She said it.
Why is Kylan wearing his backpack in all of these challenges? By the way,
that's a great question. I don't know. So he doesn't.
Okay, we all know this.
We can
move on. I just want to say it.
So I don't think he ever takes it off, but it was very smart for him to wear it a couple episodes ago, because as he was doing the street luge, I'm going to call it, like that thing down the thing, it made him heavier and it made him go faster. Yeah. So I think he's also just strong enough that it doesn't bother him to have on all the time. I'm surprised he takes it off driving. What? You don't have a sound effect for that, Brice?
I don't. That was me clocking out of work. Sorry.
Denise, he's clocking out of work.
She got to do payroll.
Oh God, I hope she doesn't listen to this, because then she'll know. Okay, hi Denise, we love you. Okay, so
do we? Okay, sorry.
Yes, we do. Okay, so Natalie and Stephanie are there. They lose a sheep, but they do fine. And then Izzy and Paige are the last ones left of the sheep. Honestly, They do better when nobody else is around.
Yes.
You want to do this right. I love the fact that Izzy took a minute after they were done to be like, "You're such a good sheep. Great job." Because that's what I would. Scott knows my love for animals. I would take a sheep. We are now a team of 3. Brooke, Scott, and the sheep. And I would have just been like, "Hi, lovies, come with me." And Scott would be like, "Move faster." And I would have been like, "But the sheep, I love the sheep." Anyway, Izzy is me and I am Izzy. Okay. Whew. Then the teams have to drive themselves to this. Oh my God, I'm going to say it wrong. Debarcadero Lavada. That might actually not be wrong. Is that right?
It feels like it. It's better than your whatever cultural arts center.
I did say that at one point, but it made the episode and it was fine. And I didn't mispronounce it. So that's what matters. Okay. So drive yourself to the Debarcadero Lavada to find your next clue. Here, teams need to build a pontoon boat and go out into the water and get their clue. They are specifically told they cannot swim, and they are specifically told once you pick a pontoon boat station, you cannot switch. So Tucker and Eric obviously do it quickly because what don't they do quickly? The two of them like divide and conquer and just nail the whole thing. And Joseph and Adam show up and they ask Tucker and Hunter, oh my God, Brice, you have me saying the wrong names
they
now.
Asked Hunter.
Right. Do you want to build a second one and make one for us? Because why wouldn't they ask? See, they closed mouths don't get fed. They're not going to make them a second one, but they ask. Yeah. And then let's see. Oh, and when Natalie and Stephanie at this time are finishing the sheep, and Natalie stops to remove like 47 layers
and
of
that's
clothing.
me.
That's me too. And
now,
I get
I don't mean TMI, but not a TMI.
I'm sorry, lube was not TMI, but what you're about to say next is okay. I'm ready. Go ahead.
Am I the only person that say you're out all day, get home, and you have to?
You're not. I know exactly what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
You have to use the bathroom.
Oh my God, I did not know exactly what you were gonna say. Okay.
And it's not a number 1. It might be a number 2. Am I the only person that sometimes like I have to be completely naked?
Oh, for number 2?
No, but just sometimes
What are you, George Costanza? Wasn't that a Seinfeld episode where he had to take off all his clothes to go to
I love this. Let's get into this.
Sometimes I just don't want to be restricted. Like
how messy are your poops?
They're not, but sometimes it's just like I don't know. But okay. I thought
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I'm a morning person.
I'll go ahead
and put that out there. But if I have that, extra later on in the day, Brice, I'm with you. I'll take clothes off. So you're free and easy.
Since we're on the topic, you know what's the worst time to go to the bathroom, or where I just always like, have you ever been like taking a bath or going to the shower and then you have to go and then it's like, it's like that is the worst.
Because you're like, do I stop the shower now and then go?
Yes.
Or do I finish and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna be fresh and clean all day, but do you finish the shower or do you continue the shower?
What do you do?
You have to just like discontinue the shower because it's like if you finish the shower, then you go, then you feel like just not as okay.
And then you get back in the shower?
Yes.
Same thing with a bath. You'll get out of the bath and then get back in the bath?
Yes. But then
bath.
Brice takes baths.
I'm a bath girly.
He likes baths.
Scott.
Brice has been known to take baths in. Oh my God, I shouldn't. Can I tell this story?
Yeah, you can. If I go,
Brice has been known to take baths in other people's houses. Like sometimes he will disappear and he will just be in your bathtub.
Stop it!
I'm not lying.
Sorry, I didn't mean to share. You can cut this out.
I love this story.
He will just. Where's Brice? He's in your bath.
He's
taking your bath salts and your bubbles, and it's not like he's bathing.
If I'm in Seattle and me and Brooke,
don't worry. Now I know. I'm gonna put all the accoutrement outside of the bath and just like act like I didn't know it was there. And then when you leave, just know that I was looking out for you.
Thank you. But yes, and I could take 4-hour baths. Like,
that's fine. I'll stay downstairs. I'll get high and watch Amazing Race. I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm dying. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, put some gardening tools in the bathroom too. Then
gardening tools.
Well, no, just the young kids don't say which.
Oh, I should say broccoli, right?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Slang for the kids.
Leave some gardening tools in the bathroom and I'll be there all day.
You're right. I forgot about that. Yes. Brooke,
continue, Brooke.
Just imagine what broccoli might mean.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to.
A vegetable?
You guys can both shut the hell up.
It's weed.
Oh, thank
There you go.
Gardening tools. Oh, I thought it was a
Yay.
sexual thing that you guys were
Oh.
talking about.
Well, knowing Brice and I, that could be accurate as
I
well.
mean that could be some.
Oh,
That-
okay. Sorry. Thank you. I was very lost. Oh my goodness. Okay. See, mom and dad, I'm a good kid. Okay. So Natalie and Stephanie get to the pontoon thing and they decide they're going to build their boat on the side, which I don't totally understand because that's
Yeah, I
not
was
easy for
confused.
anybody, but whatever. And Izzy and Paige know that they're last, but they're staying positive. They take a moment and they center themselves and they walk up to this pontoon thing like it is a piece of cake and they are good to go. Everyone who finishes the pontoon, unless you're honestly Joseph and Anna, I kind of thought they were going to, I don't know how you capsize a pontoon, but I was there for it. It wouldn't, not because it was them, but because I just wanted to see somebody fail
did too.
spectacularly at this. And if it was going to be someone, it was going to be them because they couldn't figure out how to sit on the raft. Like,
Mm-hmm. And then
fine.
Brice, they would have been wet.
Wet.
Oh
And
my God.
listen, Joseph was the cover of my Brice Izyah 2024 Zaddy calendar. And so muscle weighs more than fat. So it's
That's
like they
true.
had to figure it out. But I just, yeah, those pontoon boats, they looked a little sus. I was concerned seeing how they were built. But that's not how all pontoon boats, though. Like,
On
do
the
any of you,
builders.
like, what constitute as a pontoon boat? Because I feel like I've seen them.
It's
Just
the
a square.
Oh no, go ahead, Brooke. You seem to actually know. I was gonna guess.
No, you were gonna say it's the like the
The
floating
cylinders.
devices.
The floating
Yes,
device
yes.
on the bottom.
So whether it's like a long floating like raft piece with the wood on top of it or whatever, I think the pontoon is characterized by the like the floating containers on the bottom that they attach to the bottom, which
Mhm.
makes it a pontoon.
Mm-hmm. Because even those, like, may I say, traditional pontoons, like you might rent with your family, those type, they're very flat with a cylinder type air-filled thing
Right.
on both sides. So
Right.
same construction.
Scott, I'm black, so we ain't rent pontoon. Okay, girl. Okay.
I'm white and we didn't do that either, so don't blame.
Oh, that might be my Southern card I'm
It
playing.
might
Okay.
be South because we're both Northerners.
He said as a family. I said, girl.
His family's
No,
so
we
cute,
rented.
though,
Don't worry, we
honestly.
rented. That.
Okay.
Could you imagine his parents in North Carolina just have a fleet of pontoon
I
boats?
can.
I can too, actually.
I can imagine you coming from a pontoon tycoon.
Really? The Flanary
His dad's
pontoon.
Yeah.
a pontoon tycoon is his
Yeah.
dad. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
I like that. Okay.
They have commercials in North Carolina. Are you looking for a pontoon this weekend? Come down to. Oh my God, I forgot your dad's name.
And
God
Scott's
damn.
like, have you ever heard of a pontoon? It's the circular floating thing under it that makes it a pontoon. You and your family can rent them this weekend. Like, I can see it.
At Crazy Eddie's pontoon down here in North Carolina.
Use code TAR29 for 10% off.
That's amazing. Amazing. Is your mom's name Karen?
Yeah. My
Yes,
mom's
okay.
actual name is Karen, so everyone beware.
That's
Don't start
true.
using the Karen funny thing.
Oh, no, listen.
No, it's
His mom's
fine.
very sweet.
She's so
Yes,
cute.
okay.
She doesn't know
She's
that
cute.
Karen is slang for what it is. And so she's like, what does that mean? Why is everyone saying my name? It's very adorable.
You are
Google it, Karen. Okay, so the next thing that happens is the detour. We either have to do something we've seen many, many times before, which is build the bricks, or you have to make a mask. So I honestly, Scott, Brice,
Mhm.
which would you? I know what Scott would. What would you guys have picked?
I'll
let Brice go first.
Because I actually, this one I probably would have picked the bricks because I just feel like it's brute force and just manual labor. You can get it done. I would have been a little worried with the intricacy of the mask, and my sewing skills aren't that great. So I would have been like, I probably would have leaned towards the feces bricks.
Feces
Scott?
bricks. Wait, Brooke, what do you? I promise you, I'm not going to change my answer. What do you think I would have said?
Here's the thing. I actually think you would have wanted to go to the masks, not the bricks, because as much as you would do the bricks because you like to pick the physical challenges, I think that you would have known from previous seasons how much of a stickler the judges were with the bricks. And I think that would have led you to want to do the other one.
Yeah, I would have chosen masks.
Woo! See, I know him so
Oh.
well.
Which surprised me too. There we go. But I don't know. I think using the
Also,
knowledge
Scott
of
doesn't
when
want to be
you
covered
did
in poop.
masks-
He don't want to be covered in poop.
Well,
He's fancy.
we're already covered in sheep, so at this point, But what I'm thinking, Brooke, is when you did masks, because I would have been on the race with this knowledge, you've done it before, so let's just make more masks.
And also, I
follow
went into that
instructions.
challenge in last, and I jumped 2 people in masks.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Did they talk about that at all? No. Did they talk about when Brooke cried her face off every episode? Sure did. Anyway, not important. Okay, so with the bricks, people had to use a mixture of clay, straw, poop, and water and make a mold into a mold and make 10 perfect bricks to get their clue. With the masks, you had to go to some really cute place with this really cute guy wearing this really cute mask that are supposed to ward off evil spirits and, I don't know, enter the new year or whatever the masks were for, and sew the masks together. Izzy says that her Poppy was like a seamstress. My grandfather also was in the garment business, and so I was like, oh my god, I learned to sew by my grandma, and so I would have actually really liked doing the mask one, and I hope they got to keep them because those masks were cute.
They were. And
I didn't know we could have kept our masks, actually. I think Floyd kept his mask. He carried it around for at least part of I don't know if he carried it the whole time because those things were kind of big, but he did take it with him.
So if you were to keep something, if they were allow you to keep something, you couldn't just give it to production. You would have to carry it up.
Yes.
What?
You take it, you carry it. Yeah.
That's why I think some people have those Vietnamese hats, like the hats that have a point, and they carry them around for like
gondola hat,
episode, or the
too.
Gondola stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't want to keep all this.
I kept my gondola shirt. Did you keep?
I did too.
Okay, so we have shirts that we.
Gondola shirts.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god, we should have both worn them. That would have been so cute.
Summer rewatch.
Summer rewatch. Oh god.
Episode 9.
Episode 7. Get it right or pay the price. Ooh, episode 7. That's fine. That was a day. That was a day. Okay. Anyway, that was actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't want to do a summer rewatch. That was a day.
You've already agreed to it. We can rewind the tapes. Okay.
That's right.
I actually think what I said was I'm not saying. Whatever. Okay. Anyway.
And then you got excited. Then you said we could do this all day. And then
okay.
Brice will do it. And then Brooke can be the guest.
I'm sorry. You're not coming on our podcast and kicking me off of our podcast. It's not how this works.
Well, listen, we had to drop the weight. Welcome to the Purple Pants Podcast.
Hey, Brice, let's get this done. What are we talking about this week?
Listen, okay. We couldn't do it without the Queen Bee. And I guarantee you she's ducking under her desk.
Here's the thing. The fact that you said we had to drop the weight also hurts me because I am not that much weight, but also you're gonna kick me. Okay, whatever. We're going back. You're not taking my spot. Okay, anyway.
Would it really be kicking you off if it's your Amazing Race partner though?
I see where you're going with this, Brice.
Yes, it would be.
Like
you don't know what a elimination is, and you don't know what this is. So this is starting to hurt my heart. Okay, let's go. Oh, I said let's go. Ew, I hate myself. Okay,
let's go.
I hate let's go too.
But I meant let's go, like let's keep moving, not like
I know.
Okay, anyway, Joseph and Adam follow Jag and Jazz to the brick builder. Okay, and Kyla and Taylor get a bit lost on their way there. They end up at a cemetery, but honestly, they have a really nice moment where they're like, we need to recenter. We need to like pull this back to 0 and get to where we need to go. Natalie and Stephanie also get lost. And then they find it and park in the wrong spot. And they're just, the two of them they're not having the best day, but even still, like even their fighting is kind of sweet. So it's not really bothering me.
I'm definitely a Natalie in this situation though. Like, even though it's over, like, girl, I asked you where to park. And Stephanie is like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm like, but no, I need for you to acknowledge that, like, you said park here. And I said where to park. I was like, the way I felt Natalie in that moment, I was like, I'm with you. And even though Stephanie was like, let's just get over it. But no, because Natalie did ask. She was all the way up like this in the car.
Yeah, she was. I was like, maybe she was too close to the windshield. That's why Stephanie didn't hear. I don't know.
I can actually picture Scott and I having this exact conversation, like the exact conversation where I'm like, dude, let it go. I get it. I didn't tell you the right thing. Just let it go. Or vice versa, where he says that to me and I'm like, no, but I just need you to tell me that I'm right. And then we can let it go. And then he'll be like, fine, you're right. Fine. And I'll be like, okay,
only thing to Stephanie though was like, and again, I've never played Amazing Race, so I can't say, but I've seen enough at this point. Like,
yes, you have.
Girl, that don't look like where you should park, though. Like
in the middle of an alley or something.
Like, they pulled right up to the team. So, like,
they just run
over
the team. Right?
Like something doesn't seem right. But I also am not mad at them for getting out and just like going with but I just was like, it feels like this
Ask
isn't a
for forgiveness, not permission. If no one tells you can't park there, then you are good to go.
That's
So-
true.
What worried me though was like I was like, oh my God, are they going to do this whole what would happen if they did the whole brick challenge and like they parked there and then left?
Mhm.
Or would production have stepped in? Would they have gotten to the mat and Phil been like, you did not follow the rules
Yeah,
and
but I
not
think
park the
production
car?
did step in. That's why they got back in the car. Somebody told them they had to move.
No, they were reading
No.
the clue as they
They
got
read the
there.
clue.
Oh, okay.
They could have said park in a designated spot.
Yeah, there probably would have been some time penalty, whatever the
I
designated
bet it would have been
time.
what, 2 hours?
No, I bet it would have been 30 minutes. No, you know what it would have been? I bet this is my answer. It would have been whatever the amount of time is that they saved by not parking in the right spot. So that has happened before where it's like, if you did
Oh.
this and not that, and you couldn't have gone back because at this point you can't go back because you're not
Yeah.
nearly in the same place. Yeah, so it probably would have been like 15 minutes. Like it wouldn't have been a big
Okay.
deal. But in this case, it might have been enough to make the difference, but they were last, so it didn't really matter. Okay, anyway. Tucker and Eric do the smart thing with the brick builder, and they make a humongous batch of poop bricks, whatever you want to call it. But he says, which is very smart, instead of making a batch for each, he said some sort of tongue twister that I didn't write down. Anyway, on their first try, they get 7 out of 10 right, and it looks like on their second try, they get them all, and they're in first place. Joseph and Adam, Joseph's laugh is freaking infectious. He sounds like a hyena. Like the laugh is just, you can hear it 16 miles away. And I think this is why Phil says they're like the loudest team that's ever been on the race. And frankly, I take offense to that because I am the loudest team that's ever been on the race. I swear to God, you just busted out a laugh track. That's funny. Okay, fine. Kylan is talking ratios of straw to poop and whatever.
Oh
And
my
that's just how his brain works. And I think it's so funny. And then Taylor slips in poop. And this poor girl who's like, I am Miss Michigan, USA, Big Brother winner, Miss Congeniality, and poop picker-upper shoveler lady. And I feel for her. Like, I feel for all of them. But I feel for no one more than I feel for Natalie, who has forgotten to put her hair up before she started doing this thing. And she's all hair in her face. And for any girl who has, or any person who has long hair, when it's like in your face and you can't see what you're doing, all you want to do is go like this and put your hair up. But this poor girl is covered in feces. And so she can't do it. So she's doing the whole, I would have probably washed my hands for a minute and then just done it, put my hair up. But Scott would have yelled at me and then I couldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have yelled, but I would have also been like, don't get poop on the clue.
Those
That would be my
clues were
priority. You know, when
fair
they gave it to them, did you all notice that? I'm like, no one washed their hands. Now that
No.
clue has crap all over it.
Yes.
Some of them did though. So, like it was weird because I was watching that. Some of them, like when they would cut, their hands would be all, and then it would be all clean. But some,
Scott,
Okay.
do you
Good
allow us 30 seconds to wash our hands?
Oh, I would allow it. Yeah.
Good.
because-
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We have similar priorities. Okay. So, let's see. Jack is talking about how this is like making mud pies when you were kids. And that's how I know that I am one generation removed from Jack, because did you guys ever do this kind of stuff? Like I didn't put like mud pies. Like that's kind of gross.
So,
You did this? You're from the South. He did it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I had Brick Factory. Did you all read Ramona Quimby books where you like made bricks? Yeah.
I read Ramona Quimby, but I don't know this.
You made bricks, and it's just by smashing stones together and making dust. That's all that was. But so I did that and mud pies because I'm.
This is
Southern.
what you did for fun?
Yep, barefoot and in my driveway. So
oh, okay.
that's right. I'm just revealing little by little. Here you go.
Yes.
The more you know. Okay. Woo. Meanwhile, Natalie and Stephanie are saying they probably should have chosen the other one. Cut to Izzy and Paige at the other one. They are what I strive to be. Like they are just staying calm. I love you no matter what happens. They are maybe people at the other side thought bricks would be easy and they're all really struggling. Cut to Natalie and Stephanie really struggling. And at this point, we find out, since Tucker and Hunter and Eric have finished, that the next route information is drive yourself to the pit stop, which is Carroll Park. And in a surprise to nobody, Tucker and Eric get there first and win themselves $5,000 each. And back at the Detour, Jag and Jazz get it. It looks like on their first try, and they're in second place. Joseph and Adam at this point only get 5 out of 10 right. And let's see. We don't care about any of this. This is not important. Okay. And then at this point, we have Kylan talking. And honestly, I think he's listened to everything that Brooke has said, which is amazing. Where he says, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be passable. We like things to be perfect, but that is sort of the enemy of what happens here. So they ultimately end up getting it in 4th after Joseph and Adam get it in 3rd. And at the pit stop, on the way to the pit stop, Kylan and Taylor are a little bit lost, and they see Joseph and Adam. And they say, and Joseph and Adam say, we know where we're going. And I'm like, really? First time for everything. So, but they do know where they're going. And so good on them. And so they say, you can follow us, but you have to let us step on the mat first. And Taylor and Kylan say, sure. So they get to the pit stop in, is this 2nd and 3rd place, or Jag and Jazz have already checked in?
It's 3rd and 4th.
Thank you. Jazz and Jag have already checked in. And at the pit stop, Joseph and Adam find Phil and decide to start chasing him around the square and being like, let us give you a hug. And Phil starts running away.
That
Kylan and Taylor.
That was hilarious.
It was cute because that's how he is.
Phil's great. Yeah.
Like we could have done that. He would have done the same thing. And there's so many Phil stories.
I mean, at the end of the 4th leg, at the end of the 1st leg, he gave me a big hug because I was like, how the lost did everybody else get if we're in 4th place? Because we were lost for a long time on the we should do a rewatch. Okay, anyway.
And Brice, he acknowledges, this is for us, you can keep this in the episode or not. He acknowledges he is well endowed to me on The Amazing Race.
Excuse me?
That's what? Right. I just want to see Brice's face. It's true.
Where was I? What are you talking about? What?
This was on a Mad Chat. I
was probably passing out from exhaustion.
You were probably, dead from exhaustion. We were doing like our hour-long interview that we always do, which is 1 minute on TV. And at some point, he was like, I wore my tight pants for you.
I don't know if he's slandering. What country were we in?
I don't recall the country, but it doesn't matter the country. And here's why. Because he kept saying everyone else on the cast was strong. Like, oh, you got all these strong people because I don't have the muscles that show. I got the strength that you can't really see. And so I kept saying, I don't understand why you don't call me a strong person because I am lifting and doing the same things everyone else. And so I think his way of like building the bridge was like, I know you're also the flirt, so I'm going to flirt back and make you feel, la 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 la. I'm serious. That's what happened.
I don't remember the last part, but
let me tell you, y'all need to look downstairs when you're watching the episode.
Stop it. That's too far.
Scott can come on this episode every day, okay? Because you know what, Phil? I could see it. Okay?
You can eliminate me.
Okay. I won't quit, okay?
I don't even know what to do. I've lost control.
Brice.
Okay.
I won't make no brick, Phil. Okay.
Back on track.
I tried so hard. I couldn't do it.
Stop it.
Eliminate me. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Anyway.
I'll meet you on the mat. Okay, sorry.
There's nothing else. Izzy and Paige drive past Jack and Chelsea as they're getting directions. Then Izzy and Paige get lost. Unimportant. Jack and Chelsea are 5th. Izzy and Paige are in 6th. And unfortunately, last, we have Stephanie and Natalie, who are very proud of themselves. And I really, really liked watching them. Mm-hmm. It's funny because Natalie was one of the people I didn't know beforehand because I didn't watch her season of Big Brother. But I think I should go back and watch it. Stephanie and Natalie were a joy. Next week, the race goes to Europe.
Oh.
Well, see, Natalie is one of the people I did know because that was my era of watching. And she is such a doll.
Love her.
Yeah.
And so sad to see them going. But this is, I've never played Amazing Race, but I've watched enough. I have 2 experts with me. This is the gift and the curse of alliances, right? Like, and I feel like you have to be the outspoken one in the alliance. You can't I feel like they didn't have to go home today.
Yeah.
But selfishly, I am happy that it happened because if they were not to go home, it probably it probably would be Izzy and Paige, and I just can't have that. So unfortunately, Stephanie and Natalie had to pay the price so that my Paige and Izzy are still in it. And so I'm excited.
Wait, I want to say one other thing because I actually felt for Izzy and Paige because we had this happen to us too. So, or I had this happen to me. So Izzy and Paige are running. Stop. No, what?
Sorry, Scott. Do you know how to make a ladle?
Don't.
No, he doesn't, but I do now. Put me back there.
I mean, you do. I mean, I could do it too.
Oh, you definitely could have done it. Or you should have done it. Remember when you were like, it's like, who likes heavy metal? And Scott's like, maybe it's musical. You're a musical. And I was like, we're at a metal shop. And you're like, you do it. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. Great. Biggest mistake on the race right there, Brooke. Yep.
We are going to save this extremely juicy conversation topic for the rewatch.
Things. There's so many things.
Is it going to happen though, Scott? Like, can you get her to confirm it?
If people want to do it, we could do it.
Oh, I need to get her to. Oh,
yes.
Brooke, look, we're doing it. Okay, there, Brice, we're doing it.
Okay, thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, the point that I was making was that Izzy and Paige are running for the pit stop, and Jack and Chelsea, who are faster, just passed them up. Like,
that's wild. It's
a hard feeling, and thankfully they weren't the last two teams. But I mean, there have been early seasons, where the finish line was like that, and the millionaire winners ran past who ultimately became second place, and that's just got to be.
Was it Seattle, the early Seattle, and I know Chicago, not our Chicago, the one before us, both had foot races.
Where did season 2 end?
LA.
Season 2, it's the first one I'm thinking of.
Oh, so there's more. But anyway, I digress. Sorry.
Like, to the point where, I mean, you watch the last 5 minutes of that season. It is like one guy, second, and the other team's like, oh no.
Can I just say the sister show, which I don't know if people watch, Race Across the World on BBC, which is so freaking good. Season 2, spoiler alert, sorry. The ending, 20 seconds between teams, the winning team.
Oh, wow.
And they race for over 50 days. I'm like, 20 actual seconds.
Crazy.
So that's similar to this. Like, it would have been 5-10 seconds. It's just wild when it comes down to that.
I would have had to trip somebody.
Right.
Somebody would have been on the ground. It wouldn't be me. But listen, Scott, this was so epic. We can't thank you enough for bringing the reality TV first Scott and Brooke podcast to the podcast Pit Stop. We are forever grateful for you for joining us, Brooke, as always. And if you're listening or watching, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We do have a special checkpoint. Go ahead, Brooke, pop off.
I want to say one thing. I want to be really clear. If we do a rewatch, I just want Scott. Hold on. I'm not saying we won't, but I just want Scott to confirm that if we get to go back on The Amazing Race, like, we poked fun at each other, but this time it's going to be you and me poking fun at everybody else. Yes?
Uh-huh.
That was not emphatic enough for me, but okay.
Scott is trying to be cool. Girl, you putting him on blast. You see that? I see what you're doing, Scott, here.
I'm nice.
He's trying to be cool. He wants to make it seem like he's not in the. We know the answer is yes.
Yeah, but I want to keep, the population.
Right.
Like, what are they going to do? So then, they want us on TV. You can't just give everything away.
That's fine. It won't last.
You can sometimes.
Best laid plan. Oh my God. Can't. All right. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, this has been a joy.
Thank you for
coming. We will be back next week. This has been your Purple Pants Podcast Pit Stop coverage of Amazing Race Season 38, Episode 7. We'll be back for Episode 8. Philip, you can eliminate me. Bye.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the